The elevator always smelled like expensive perfume. Someone laughed before the doors opened. By the time they reached the street, everyone already looked ready to be admired. Mine fit perfectly. Cashiers trusted it, strangers returned it, friends believed it. Even mirrors stopped asking questions. Funny, nobody ever complimented my eyes, only my smile. I wore brighter versions on difficult mornings, smaller ones at funerals, careful ones around my mother, because she could still hear silence through my voice. Some evenings I catch myself smiling alone, without remembering why that should have scared me. Instead, I called it growing up. Weeks became seasons, faces changed, apartments changed, phone numbers disappeared. My smile never aged. People said, "You always seem okay." I thanked them. They had no idea they were complimenting something. I renewed every sunrise. One rainy night, the city finally stopped performing. No notifications, no conversations, waiting, no audience. I locked the door behind me, stood in front of the bathroom mirror, and reached for the edge of my face. The same way you'd peel a festival wristband after pretending all weekend. Nothing moved, I laughed, it sounded rented. I tried again. My reflection copied me, but neither of us knew who started first. That's when I understood. I hadn't been wearing a smile had been wearing me. There wasn't a hidden version underneath. No forgotten happiness, no dramatic revelation, just an empty space where authenticity used to introduce itself. Morning would arrive again. People would tell me how good I looked. I thanked them like always. And somewhere beneath years of practiced expressions, a stranger would keep searching for the face that once knew how joy arrived without permission. There were two keys hanging beside the same light switch. One always landed on the little wooden table. The other was never placed down quietly. Morning smelled like coffee, burnt toast, half-finished conversations, and the music they could never agree to skip. Nothing inside those walls was perfect, but everything knew where it belonged. The apartment learned their footsteps. One walked too fast. Whenever pride won, the other stood still, waiting for silence to become an apology. it happened again. Voices climbed the ceiling, a picture frame leaned sideways. One door slammed and the other. Hours later, the lock turned, a jacket landed on the chair. The kettle started boiling, no speeches, no victory. Only two people pretending they hadn't counted the minutes apart. Years passed like that, two exits, one destination. The neighbors joked that the building had the loudest goodbyes and the quietest reunions. Nobody imagined those returns were holding the place together. Until one ordinary afternoon, another argument, nothing unusual, nothing dramatic. One left through the left door, the other disappeared through the right. The apartment waited the way it always had. Sunset,
night, morning,
another sunset,
dust slowly settled,
where laughter used to interrupt it. The calendar stayed on the same month. The plans reached toward windows that nobody opened. The coffee mugs forgot the warmth of hands. Letters gathered behind the mailbox. Seasons crossed the balcony without asking permission. People called it an abandoned apartment. They were wrong. The walls never gave up, the hallway still echoed with footsteps that no longer existed. The windows still welcomed every sunrise. The lights were ready to be switched on. The table still had room for two sets of keys. It was never the home that disappeared, only the decision to come back. Some places survive every storm, not because they're stronger, because they never stop waiting. Every clock I ever owned felt like a judgment, a constant accusation. Teacher sighed a weary breath before I even sat down. Managers flicked their wrists, checking timepieces, while their gaze swept right past my face. Train doors knew my rhythm, a cruel familiar claim they always sealed shut. Just as my hand reached for the bar, people call it carelessness, a flaw in my wiring. And slowly I started to believe their verdict. I became a collector of missed moments, each one a thorn in my side, not a postcard, an interview, months of relentless preparation gone. A concert, someone waiting, a phantom limb of an empty seat, a goodbye, a final breath taken before I could reach the hospital room. 5 minutes, always just 5, never enough time to rewrite the ending that had already been etched. So I ran, I became a blur, a master of frantic motion, through echoing stations, across rain-slick streets, breath ragged, past yellow traffic lights that always turn red the instant I arrived. My whole life felt like a script written by someone else, overlaying my own, erasing me. One morning, my feet just stopped chasing that train, not from exhaustion, not from giving up, but because for the first time a quiet question bloomed. Where was it even going? Everyone else pushed through the doors. I stood rooted on the platform, a lone figure. The sudden silence was alien, unsettling. Then a wave washed over me of profound, unexpected peace. Days unfolded, gentler, less urgent. I declined invitations that felt like obligations, let go of careers I'd never truly wanted, only pursued. Stopped trying to borrow dreams that glitter brighter from someone else's distant window. Friends looked at me perplexed, thought I'd lost my fire, my ambition. Maybe, or maybe, just maybe, I had finally learned the difference between frantic movement and genuine direction. And the strange, beautiful truth was, after that moment, nothing truly important ever seemed to slip away without me. The people who genuinely mattered didn't glance at their watches, only at my eyes. The places that truly shaped me were timeless, always open. The conversations that still resonate deep within me were never confined by a schedule. For years, I believed life was a race, always happening just out of reach, ahead of me, until the day I understood I had been running so hard toward destinations that were never meant for my soul. I wasn't behind, I wasn't missing my future, not anymore. I was simply walking, finally, at the only pace my own heart could truly recognize and embrace. The house had already gone quiet, in the way it does after someone leaves for good. No car from the hallway, no mug set down too hard in the sink, no boots by the door, kicking off mud that never got swept up. Even the old recliner looked smaller without him in it, like it had been holding its breath. We spent the afternoon taking our lives off the shelves and packing them into brown boxes. His work shirts, the paperback with the bent spine, his reading glasses wrapped in a dish towel. I kept stalling, touching every room, like I could keep him in place by not moving too fast. Then I found his wallet. The leather was worn thin, soft at the edges, the kind of soft that only comes from years. In a back pocket in a truck seat, on a counter next to a cup of coffee gone cold. I held it in my hand and felt something crack open in me. Dad, I said, like he might answer from the next room. Yeah. You never threw out anything that still had a little use left. That was him. Fix it, patch it, use it one more day. I opened the wallet thinking I'd find the usual things: a folded bill, an old license photo, maybe a card with a number on it written in his blocky blue pen. But all I found was a stack of paper scraps, and the kind of memory that hits so hard it steals your breath. A receipt for 2 vanilla ice creams, my name on the back. I was 8, standing on tiptoe at the counter while he pretended not to laugh when I dropped half of mine down the front of my shirt. Another one, a movie ticket, second row, the superhero movie I would not stop talking about. The one he fell asleep through with his mouth slightly open. And I remember being mad until I looked over and saw he'd driven us there after a full shift without saying he was tired. A train ticket, creased clean in the middle, the date lined up with the weekend. He took Mom down to the shore just because she'd mentioned once months before that she missed the smell of salt on the air. He had not forgotten, he never did. At a restaurant bill, 4 meals, 1 dessert, a small check mark beside it in his handwriting, like he was signing off on a good day. I can hear him clear as anything, we didn't need to. The wallet didn't hold cash, no hidden stack, no lucky charm, no flashy thing anyone would point at and call a life. Just the plain proof of where he spent himself on tickets, on ice cream, on rides he didn't have to take, on dinners he could barely cried so hard I got dizzy. Not me crying, not the kind you can't explain. The ugly kind, the kind that bends you over and leaves you staring at the carpet, trying to breathe through the hurt. The room kept dimming around the edges, not because the sun went down, because I was finally seeing it for what it was. He had been leaving me little proof all my life, proof he came back, proof he paid attention, proof he made room for us when there wasn't much room at all. I used to think a father's worth showed up in the big things, the house, the savings, the name he left behind, the kind of thing people can measure without looking too closely. But the biggest thing he gave me fit in one battered wallet that could barely snap shut. I put every scrap back where I found it, careful like I was handling something holy. Not because it could be sold, not because it was worth much to anyone else, because it helped him, because it helped us. Because now I understood those little papers were never about money. They were a map of every ordinary day he made feel like it mattered. And when I closed the wallet, I stopped feeling like I had lost everything. I felt just for a second like he was still here, and the only way he ever really stayed. And the cheap seats and the receipts and the days he kept and the love he never once let go of. I still remember the last thing I said to you. I hear it back when the room goes quiet. It wasn't a scream, it wasn't a scene, just a sentence that came out too easy. Like we had more nights we could waste. You walked off, I let you. Two stubborn kids acting like pride was a plan. And I hate that I learned how to live with the gap before I learned how to fix it. I still remember the way your name looked on my phone, and I let it go. I still remember one tab could have brought you back home, but I let it go. Now every time the screen lights up, I get that same old ache. I still remember, and that's the part I can't shake. Yeah, yeah. Days got loud, work piled up, the whole city kept rushing by. Your silence slipped into the background like it belonged there. Then one night my phone lit up. No photo, no clue, just a request from a name I almost didn't know. I stared at it like it might say your face if I looked long enough. Probably spam, I said out loud, closed the app, told myself I'd deal with it later. But later has a way of never showing up. Weeks turned and months, that little notification kept sinking down until it disappeared like it never happened. One more thing I left sitting there. Years later, I ran into your sister. She tried to smile, couldn't hold it. Then she asked me the one thing I wasn't ready for. Did you ever answer him? I blinked, answer who? She looked right through me. He made another account. He thought maybe you'd reply if you didn't know it was him. He didn't wanna lose you over one stupid afternoon. Everything kept moving, cars passing, people talking, a green light changing. And I just stood there like my body was still working, but the rest of me had stopped. I searched her name the second I got home, nothing. I searched the username, she remembered nothing. Old emails, old messages, old photos, anything. By the time I looked again, the account was gone. Maybe deleted, maybe forgotten, maybe it waited as long as it could before giving up on me. I I've replayed that second more times than I wanna say. Not the fight, not the door, just my thumb hovering over strangers' profile while my whole life hung in the balance. If I'd known it was you, I would've answered. I would've typed back before the screen went dark. I would've said, come over, stay a while, let's not throw this away. I still remember the way your name looked on my phone, and I let it go. I still remember one tab could have brought you back home, but I let it go. Now every time the screen lights up, I get that same old ache. I still remember, and that's the part I can't shake. Yeah. Life doesn't warn you when it's about to change. No drum roll, no big speech, just a name you almost miss, a message you don't open, a chance that stands there for a second and leaves. And now, every time my phone lights up, I catch my breath before I even look, hoping it's you, knowing it won't be. Still reaching for the moment I should have chosen you. I keep asking myself which day we lost us. Not because I need a villain, because I still can't point to the hinge. It wasn't the night we turned over and stared at separate walls that came later. It wasn't the fights, we were never the kind of people who could stay angry long enough to make it count. You still kiss me at the door, I still checked the road after you left. We still reached without thinking when the room went cold. From the outside, we probably looked fine. Two people getting better at being busy. A love that knew how to pay rent, how to show up, how to keep the fridge full. But somewhere we started coming home with the best parts of the day still in our throats. You stopped ringing me just to say some idiot at work had said something stupid. I stopped sending you the sky from the corner by the station, because I told myself I could show you later. Later got full, later got loud, later sat between us like a chair nobody asked for. You walked past the used bookstore and didn't mention the title that would've made me grin. I heard a song in a deli with bad lighting that sounded exactly like your Sundays, and I kept my phone in my pocket. You probably saw a dog in the park with those same clumsy ears as the one we said we'd adopt when life was less messy. You never said a word, not because you stopped loving me, because love is easy to miss when it's only allowed to be the big moments. It lives in the junk drawer stuff, the look at this, the you'd hate this guy, that I just thought of you with the stupid little doors we stopped opening. One night I realized I knew your calendar better than your face. When you were truly tired, I knew what time you'd get in. I didn't know what made you laugh before the front door shut. We had the lease, the bed, the shared shopping app, the dentist reminders, the holiday plans. We knew how to run a life, we forgot how to let each other stand in the middle of it. And that was the part that hurt, not some dramatic exit, not the kind of ending people can point at and not like it makes sense. Ours slipped loose in the quiet spaces, in the text I meant to send, in the photo I didn't send, in the small thing I carried alone, 'cause I assumed you were already carrying enough. If I could ask you for one impossible thing, I wouldn't ask for a door flung open, I wouldn't ask to rewind anything. I'd ask for a plain Tuesday, knowing that like he knew the whole route by heart. About the cloud over the station that looked for 10 seconds exactly like a whale. About the burnt coffee I bought anyway, because it tasted like the mornings I used to wanna bring home to you. Not because those things were important, because they were ours the second I thought of you. 'Cause that's how we lived once, by handing each other the small, stupid, passing things before they vanished. Before we got so good at being together, we forgot to keep in touch. I keep asking myself, which day we lost us? Maybe it was the day we stopped saying, look. Maybe it was the day we started saving everything for later. Maybe it was just the first time we let an ordinary moment pass unshared. You still apologize for things that never asked for mercy, like you left a mark no one else can see. Every now and then you shake your head, half laughing and go, man, I should have been there more. And every time I have to bite my tongue because I wanna tell you, you've been carrying a debt that was never yours. You keep looking back at that year like we barely spoke. I keep it like the year you were the reason I got through the day. You never made me perform my pain, never demanded the whole story. When I could barely string one together, you never stared at me like I was damaged. You kept talking to me like I was still worth the conversation. Everybody else got careful, soft voice, slow hands, like one wrong word might crack the room. You didn't. You gave me hell, roasted my hair, sent me dumb clips at 2:13 a.m. Called just to say nothing at all, which somehow was everything. You thought we were killing time, I was borrowing your noise to get through the silence. I was learning how to keep my ribs from locking up when the door shut. I was learning how to breathe without asking permission. Some nights I didn't know who I was. When I looked in the mirror, then your name would buzz my phone. No lecture, no rescue speech, just, you alive? Answer me. Don't make me call again. I roll my eyes, then I grin like an idiot in the dark. You probably thought I was annoyed, I was relieved. I was sitting there holding on to the fact that somebody would not let me vanish without making a scene. Years later, you hit me with that same guilty face. I'm sorry, I wasn't there when things got bad. And I laughed so hard I had to look away. Not because it was funny, but because you still don't see it. You think help has to come in with sirens, a perfect speech, rain on the windshield, hands reaching for the exact right wound. But that's not what you did. You didn't put me back together. You kept the room warm, you kept my phone lit, you kept my name in your mouth like I still belong there. You never dragged me through it, you stayed put. You kept the chair open, you kept texting, you kept being annoying in the exact way that saved me. And sometimes that's the whole difference between a person going under and a person finding one more day to stand on. So if you ever wonder whether you did enough, if If you ever sit there counting all the things you think you missed, hear me, I'm still here. I laughed, I came back, I kept going, and a lot of that has your fingerprints on it, whether you mean to believe it or not. Remember that Saturday when we drove with no destination, windows down, gas tank almost empty, laughing so hard you had to pull over, 'cause neither of us could see the road anymore. What started it? I don't know, you don't either, that's the thing. Back then, nothing had to be funny, it just turned funny because we were together. We could make a busted vending machine, a wrong turn, or a dog in a tiny sweater. Feel like a night we talk about for years. Don't let us turn into two people who only say busy and call that enough. If you still got a dumb story, send it. If your day fell apart, text me first. Let's keep a little room for the stupid, the random, the stuff that makes us laugh so hard we can't finish a sentence. Don't let us turn into two people who only say busy and call that enough. Now we still meet, same city, same two names on the same phones. You still at that job, yeah, how's your mortgage getting there? Kids good, they're growing too fast. You've been sleeping, not really. We always find something to say, we just don't say the things that used to make us forget what time it was. The other night we sat in your driveway after dinner, neither of us wanted to go inside yet. You looked out the windshield and asked, when was the last time we laughed until it hurt? I opened my mouth, nothing came out. I went through birthdays, road trips, barbecues, weddings, ball games. I could picture where we were, what we wore, who else showed up, but I couldn't find the last time my stomach hurt from laughing with you. That scared me more than getting older ever did. Don't let us turn into two people who only say busy and call that enough. If you still got a dumb story, send it. If your day fell apart, text me first. Let's keep a little room for the stupid, the random, the stuff that makes us laugh so hard we can't finish a sentence. Don't let us turn into two people who only say busy and call that enough. We blamed adulthood, bills, deadlines, meetings, all the little things people swear are just part of growing up. But driving home, I kept thinking it wasn't work, it wasn't age, life didn't steal our laughter. We traded it away, one postponed plan at a time, one maybe next weekend after another. One call cut short because tomorrow started too early. One afternoon we decided being busy was the same thing as building a life. Maybe that's where we got fooled. Yeah. Because somewhere between chasing promotions, paying rent, answering emails, and checking calendars, we stopped protecting the version of us that could lose an entire afternoon and still feel rich. So next time you call, don't ask me how work's been. Tell me about the weird thing you saw at the gas station. Send me the ridiculous meme. Call me for absolutely no reason. Let's be idiots again, not because we're trying to be young, because I finally know growing older was never supposed to cost us the easiest part of being alive. used to know the second you walked in what kind of day you were carrying. Keys in the bowl, jacket on the chair. Barely you were before you found my hands. And just like that, I had my answer without asking. Then the room changed slowly, meaner than a fight. A couple less texts, a little more I'm fine. You still sent me memes and songs in the car, but not the ones that made you think of me. Not the grocery store pictures, not the dumb little updates that used to feel like you were tugging me closer from the other side of the day. Nothing was wrong, that's what we kept saying, like saying it enough could keep it true. But nothing was wrong, started sounding like a door not fully shut. I reached for your hand while the TV kept talking. You held mine back with two fingers like you were there and somewhere else at once. You still kissed me on the way out, still said love you like it was a habit we hadn't broken yet. From the street we probably looked fine, from the kitchen we looked like strangers learning how to smile. Love is in the small stuff, the pause before my name, your eyes skipping past me to the wall behind. The way a hug can start feeling like a checkpoint instead of a place to stay. I kept waiting for a crash, something loud enough to name a slammed door, a fight, a reason. But our ending didn't show up with sirens. It came in quiet, like winter in a house you forgot to heat. One morning it's just there, bare floors, dead plants. The whole place feeling different before you can say why. The night you packed your bag I wasn't shocked. That was the part that broke me. My heart had already learned the sound of you leaving before your wheels hit the hall. You didn't leave all at once, you left in pieces. A shorter hug, a slower reply, a smile that didn't reach you, a story you didn't finish, a little more distance each time you said nothing. By the time your suitcase crossed the floor, there wasn't much left in it. The silence had already taken the good stuff. I don't miss the version of you that shut the door. I miss the one who reached for me, half asleep, like I was the first thought you ever had in the morning. The one who made four walls feel like enough. Now I know what I never wanted to learn. The heart catches the leap before the house falls in. The body knows before the mouth can catch up. And love, real love, starts saying goodbye in tiny ways, long before anybody has the guts to call it what it is. You said, put that damn phone away. This is gonna be one of those days we'll never forget. I laughed and tossed it into the backseat. No posing, no perfect angle, no stranger holding the camera while we pretended to look natural. Just you, a few steps ahead of me, your hair getting into a fight with the wind, looking back every couple of seconds just to make sure I was still there. I honestly believe memories lasted forever. Turns out they fade like footprints on the beach when the tide rolls in. You pointed at this little roadside diner, you grinned. Bet this place has the worst pie in America. We pulled in anyway, it was terrible. We laughed like we stumbled onto a secret the rest of the world had somehow missed. I still remember the sound of that laugh. What I can't remember anymore is your face, the way I used to. not every little detail.
I don't miss the picture, I miss the second right before it. The way your eyes found mine without me having to ask.
The smile that still belonged to me.
Ooh,
Before the rest of the world ever got the chance to see it.
if I could have one thing back,
It wouldn't be the moment, it'd be the way you looked at me while we were living it. Years went by, new cities, different routines, new phone numbers saved in my contacts. People ask me if I have any pictures from that trip. I tell them no. They always say, man, that's a shame. They think I'm talking about the memories, I'm not. I remember the highways, the motel with the broken ice machine, that little diner, the ocean, the gas station where we started dancing because our favorite song came through a speaker that kept cutting out. I remember every single bit of it, except the one thing I trade all those memories to see just one more time. Your face, not your smile, not your haircut, not the clothes you wore that summer, the way you looked at me. Before either of us had any idea we weren't gonna make it. Sometimes I open my photo gallery for no reason at all. Thousands of pictures, birthdays, concerts, random sunsets, receipts, screenshots I'll never look at again. It's funny, the most important day of my life left behind, nothing I could hold, just a feeling that gets a little blurrier every single year.
I don't miss the picture, I miss the second right before it. The way your eyes found mine without me having to ask.
The smile that still belonged to me. Before the rest of the world ever got the chance to see it.
If I could have one thing back,
It wouldn't be the moment, it'd be the way you looked at me while we were living it. People think pictures save love. Maybe they save faces. Love lives somewhere a camera can never focus. In the hesitation before the shutter clicks, in the quiet glance that was never meant for anybody else. I didn't lose a photograph, I lost the only pair of eyes that ever looked at me like time wasn't in such a hurry. And now, not a single camera on this planet could ever give me back the one image I never realized I wasn't saving.